Of all time?
Yeah. This is a debatable one. I'm sure y'all have barbershop talk about this one.
Oh my God. I would want to say at least, man, it's got to be between Jordan. I would say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Because if not, we could probably get like.
You could maybe get away with Kobe.
I feel like, look, I wasn't around when Michael Jordan was playing, so I feel like a lot of people are like, Michael Jordan, like, bro, you ain't see him play. You watch YouTube videos and like other stuff like that. Like, you weren't there. So I just feel like, like other than Michael Jordan, I've learned to like Kobe Bryant and like LeBron, obviously, but like LeBron is just like, it's different.
All right, I'm leaving.
I don't know. It's just
ain't had too many options. We just did what we could. We came from the bottom. Always knew that we would. Every day we keep grinding. I won't ever stop trying. Told my mama stop crying. I'll make sure that we good.
Welcome back to Inspired by You podcast. Today I'm sitting down with my boy JuliosCutz, the owner of the exclusive studio and the man behind Coach Marcus Freeman's crispy lineup.
Yeah,
So when did you get your first pair of clippers and what inspired you to be a barber?
I got my first pair of clippers probably when I was like 13. Like, I actually didn't buy them. My parents already had them, like in the basement. So I just started messing around with my own haircuts and just, started experimenting. And then you said
what inspired you to be a barber?
What inspired me to be a barber? So I was like cutting my own hair and then like I was messing myself up constantly. So then I just like really got motivated to like fix my haircuts. That way I don't have to go pay somebody to do it. And like, I was just young, just trying new things.
That makes sense. I was about to ask if you messed up yourself.
Oh yeah, a lot too. A lot. I would push myself back and everything. Like, it was bad.
Dang. Your business has grown so that you've been able to cut like some of the heads of the biggest names in basketball and football in our area and further.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Like, what does it mean for that?
Well, it's cool. Like, I always look at everybody as like the same, like kind of regular people, like all my clients. And I haven't really took it in like to like say it out loud, like, yeah, I just cut so-and-so. Like, I just kind of like, it's another client of mine that needs my service, and I just try to have fun with it, and like connect with them like on a friendship vibe, and that's honestly like the fun part about it. And then later on I could look back and be like, dang, I just cut him. Like, but it's always strictly business. Like, usually the first time and stuff. Later on we can get to know each other and stuff. But yeah, it's always business though.
No, that makes sense.
For the most part.
That makes sense. How do you typically set yourself apart from other barbers?
Well, most of the barbers like around, like I feel like we have a lot of barbers here at Exclusive Studio. So like, what sets me apart, like, well, I don't really try to like feel like too different. Like, we all like kind of like motivate each other to be kind of like one team and stuff, which is so good because like we kind of motivate each other. So like, I don't really try to like use too much spotlight on me or anything. Like, it's just mostly like we all help each other and grow and motivate each other and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Like, I don't really get too like in tune with like other barbers around the area too much, but like definitely on Instagram and stuff, like I still get motivated from other barbers, like, throughout the area or like in other cities and stuff like that.
And I know you talked about sort of the team environment. I guess, how do you kind of keep your team motivated and like inspired?
So like we try to like definitely like switch it up, like go to Notre Dame to go cut, like, it's a different environment. Try to get barbers in rotation to like go over there and like let them get a different vibe, different energy, but still be under the same team, So when we come back here, like, we're motivated and we inspire each other to like just do better, as a barbershop.
Definitely. How'd you end up with your first athlete client, and then how did it grow from there?
My first athlete client, like, I want to say like D1, was probably like some Notre Dame basketball players that I saw at tailgating. I was just out there partying and stuff, chilling. And I just offered them a cut, like, yo, like, hit me up, like, if you ever need a haircut. And they actually came to my basement at my parents' house, and so I just started cutting their hair since then. And they went back and told everybody else on their team, and the whole team came after that. And next thing you know, football came, like soccer came, baseball came. I'm like, whoa, like, bunch of D1 athletes, you know. So yeah, definitely at tailgating is where I met like some of the guys, which is, you know, if I never opened my mouth, it would have never happened. So
definitely. Yeah, if you want opportunities, you got to say something.
100%.
You definitely got to plug yourself and network.
Yeah, if I would have stayed quiet, I would have just been another day. I would have went home like nothing.
That's a good, you know, tip for people trying to work their way into the industry.
Yeah, most def.
I was saying, then you were able to probably, I'm guessing, graduate from the basement to, you know, owning your own studio.
Yeah, so like in the basement, like I said, like a bunch of like college athletes were coming by. Like it was getting like overwhelming. Like it was a lot. And then on top of that, like my high school friends, a lot of other colleges in town, like, and then you got townies that live here, like, so it was just so much clientele that I was like, yo, I think I need to like get some of the best barbers in town and like work in one shop. I could already imagine how that would be, you know what I mean? And so I just took a risk and like leased the building out and try to tell like all the barbers to come work with me, you know?
And I mean, it seems like that's been working out for you.
Yeah.
Like, would you say that's probably one of the best decisions you made? Like,
yeah,
so
definitely. Like if I still would have been in the basement or cutting by myself, I definitely wouldn't be in this position right now. You know, being like on the business end is definitely like way better. Like I think it's more, people take it a little bit more serious, you know?
Definitely. Even with like, I guess different avenues or career paths that people are taking, like you definitely have to graduate from a certain space, and like even people that shoot videos, like you have to upgrade your camera after a while, like, you know, like you have to you
gotta get uncomfortable and take some risks. You know, you take some risks. Like if you don't take risks, you're not gonna move on. Like that's what I had to do. I literally put all my money into this business at first, and it's working out so far, and I still do. You know, I still try to make it better. I'm trying not to get too comfortable, you know.
No risk, no reward.
Exactly.
So when somebody sits in your barber chair, you probably hear a lot about your clients' lives, and you've been a strong advocate for men's mental health, like yourself.
Yeah.
How do we create a shift and open up the conversation so that men feel comfortable talking about mental health?
Well, I just like I'm in the customer service business, I would say. Like, so anytime, you know, my client walks in, I always like got some quick questions I need to ask them, like how they hear about me. Obviously what kind of haircut they're gonna get, but like, you know, how they hear about me, where they work at. You know, I try to get a little personal, but not too personal. And then kind of like throughout like the times that they keep coming in, like we'll start to have conversations. Like, you know, like the other day, one of my clients' moms passed away. Like literally he was just like, yeah, I gotta go to her funeral, that's why I need a haircut. And I'm just like, damn, like I need to, like, you know, be there for them. Like I just feel naturally, like, so I'm just like, dang bro, like just try to give them some advice and like try to like make them feel happy, like, you know. So I gotta be the one to like definitely think of some stuff ASAP. Yeah,
definitely.
And you know, it's like they're definitely sad, obviously. Like, so I'm just sitting there like, yeah, you know, make them feel comfortable to open up. And if not, if they don't want to open up, then it's fine too, you know. But I got the opportunity at least to like help, which is great, you know.
Understandable. I think too that it, like, as a barber, you have to be somebody that people, you know, your clients trust. I mean, they say, you know, don't cheat on your barber. Like that's almost as bad, like worse than cheating on your woman. Like that's like, you know, so people really have to trust you in a sense. So I mean, I think it's important that when people sit down in your chair, they feel, you know, comfortable enough to like talk with you.
Most definitely. Like you can't trust somebody without having some conversations, obviously. So like I try to definitely talk, you know, feel the energy. I feel like I'm really good at feeling vibes, and just go from there naturally, you know, keep it real, you know, just be a smooth barber.
What advice would you give to a barber starting out about finding clients and growing their business?
Like any kind of research helps, like reading books, YouTube. You got YouTube now, like that's got all types of things. Like you can literally like go on there and learn how to cut hair through YouTube. Like I think it's real now. Like, but my honest advice would just be to like promote yourself through social media. Like that's the most important thing right now is social media, and it's free. Like you could just post and it's free. It's out there for the whole world to see. So definitely have your social media on you know, be on top of it, and passing out business cards, talking to people, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone, you know. You gotta be able to just say, you know, effing, just, you know, just do what you gotta do, like,
yeah,
spread the word.
So you've done free haircuts for the community before. Why is it important for you to give back?
Well, it's cool. Like, I like to definitely see people's reactions. Like, you know, when they get a free cut, like, we cut at the Martin Luther King Center before. We cut homeless people before. Kids, you know, back to school cuts, you know, and it's just so nice to see, like, their reactions, and it's fun doing it just because, like, some people really can't afford a haircut, or, you know, they're not really able to know what it's like to feel good, like, with a haircut. And knowing that we could do that is like, why not take advantage and, like, do something nice every now and then?
Yeah. Plus,
sure.
I mean, you know, the community comes in and they, you know, support you and your business. So
exactly.
I'm sure it's nice to.
Yeah, I gotta definitely give back. You know, people supported me, so, like, you know, when I suck, and people are still coming back, and, like, I definitely got to pay back to the community.
Yeah. What are some of the lessons or challenges that you faced, like, throughout your career, and how did you overcome them?
It's always lessons. Like, there's always lessons. You know, every day. It's just like, I feel like I'm taking L's all the time. Like, it's just a part of the game, and I just really have to focus on a goal. You know, I'm really trying to set goals, and, like, I'll do anything to get to that goal. Like, mostly everything. You know, just, you know, every day just focus, and you know, try to stay positive, and, you know, breathe and stuff like that. I try to balance everything out in my life, like, especially with the business, you know, or growing and investing, like, you know, on my personal end, just trying to become, like, you know, the best person I can. And, like, it's always something coming up, you know, but it's just a part of the game. I've learned to accept that, which is, that changes my mindset, because now I'm more chill about things. I'm like, dang, transmission just went out, like, all right, what I'm gonna do about it? I'm always quick to think of the outcome, you know, rather than spending time, like, expressing myself sometimes. Like, what am I, like, if I, like, for example, my transmission really did just go out on my truck, so I'm just like, am I gonna sit here and, like, you know, just cry about it, or just, like, now I gotta set myself up to go get it fixed, like, you know, cool.
I think that's the biggest lesson of all, is to, you know, in life, it's 90%, like, or it's 10% what happens to you, and it's 90% like how you react to it. So, like, the biggest lesson is really just learning how to pivot and move on from the things that do happen. So
I just feel like the quicker I can move on, the faster I can just, you know, just get to where I gotta be, and, I mean, that's being happy and, like, just comfortable and, you know,
no, definitely
organized.
What'd you want to be when you were younger?
I used to love WWE. Like, that was one of my favorite things. I just always, like, used to, like, answer that question when I was little. I just want to be a WWE superstar.
Like a wrestler?
Yeah, like, that was my thing.
Yeah, oh, man. That's really funny. I've been asking more people that, just to see, like, how it, like, relates to, like, what they do now.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, I guess yours ties in with, like, the sports aspect of it. And, like,
it was the energy for me, like, just the WWE energy. Like, I loved it, like, everything about it. And I still do watch it sometimes, but I knew that wasn't realistic when I was in high school. I was like, I'm probably not going to do this.
I mean, you never know. I actually know a guy who loved wrestling, like, when we were kids, like, when we were, you know, young too. And, like, he's been doing sort of like it's not WWE yet, but, like, they have, like, a wrestling, like,
little
thing here. Yeah, and he's been doing those. And I'm like, dang, he literally, like, it was my younger brother's friend. So, like, I seen him when he was, like, you know, probably like 5 or 6. So, like, he literally, I'm like, dang, he had every wrestling toy, and he was like, he really living out his dream. Like, that's crazy. So, I mean, you never know. Now you need a wrestling belt, like, on
No,
on
we
the
have
wall
3
in
belts
here.
in the front. Yeah, that's one of the first things I bought for the shop, was some real WWE belts, and I engraved them with the shop name. And then, they're in the front of the barbershop. Like, I still love wrestling. Like, it's cool.
That's super cool. Some of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life have been Hispanic dads. You shared a photo of you and your dad kind of courtside at the Notre Dame game. What does it mean to share moments like this with your pops?
It's dope. It's so cool. Like, he always like keeps in touch with me, like, you know, throughout like my career and stuff. Like, we always, like, meet up and stuff, but we try to do, like, sporting events at least, like, couple times a year, you know, and it's so nice to see like his eyes, like he's like, damn, we're sitting courtside. Like it's just dope, you know. And then it's like, I don't know, it's just like one of the best feelings ever, you know. It's just like being with your pops, or even with my mom, you know what I'm saying, taking her to some games, like, you know, it's just like, that's something I try to remind myself, like always try to, you know, I got to be a good son and like try to help out, you know, as much as I can, you know. That's something that I have to remind myself more, you know. But it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone looking to pursue a career in barbering or entrepreneurship in general?
In barbering, like specifically, I would say it's the best career I know of. Like, you get to cut hair, you get to talk to people, you get to be in tune with things. You get to get paid, obviously, but like on top of that, like it's just like learning. Like, I feel like it's like pretty simple. Like, it's set out to be pretty simple. Like cut hair, you could always open up your own barbershop. You could always hire some barbers, passive income. You know, you could always move on like that. And I think it's one of the best things, you know. And what was the other question other than the barbering?
Entrepreneurship in general.
Entrepreneurship, I feel like the whole world is becoming especially with these tax stuff going on, like tax codes and stuff. I feel like it's kind of set up to help entrepreneurs, which is like, you know, for me, I got to take advantage of certain stuff like that. Like, and I think it's some of the best things you could do is just be an entrepreneur, for sure.
No, definitely. So somebody posted a photo of the Notre Dame football coach, Marcus Freeman, and basically, you know, talked about how his line was so crispy and said he must have a traveling barber.
Yeah.
And you replied and said, I'm him.
Yeah, that was so funny.
So we're going to play a game, and I'll give you a list of scenarios, and you tell me who or what could potentially, I guess, get that title or be, you know, I'm him. Like,
yeah.
So the greatest basketball player of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah. This is a debatable one. I'm sure y'all have barbershop talk about this one.
Oh my God. I would want to say at least, man, it's got to be between Jordan. I would say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Because if not, we could probably get like.
You could maybe get away with Kobe.
I feel like, look, I wasn't around when Michael Jordan was playing, so I feel like a lot of people are like, Michael Jordan, like, bro, you ain't seen him play. You watch YouTube videos and like other stuff like that. Like, you weren't there. So I just feel like, you know, like other than Michael Jordan, I've learned to like Kobe Bryant and like LeBron, obviously, but like LeBron is just like, it's different.
All right, I'm leaving.
I don't know. It's just different. Like, now I feel like he's like on a whole different ball game, but I respect both of them, you know, but I would have to go with Michael Jordan just based off some YouTube videos.
He don't want the barbershop to come for him later.
Yeah, for real. We done had that conversation a lot in here. People done got up off the chair. Like,
oh, no, I can imagine. Like, I'm ready to argue my point about it.
Oh, my Lord. I'm not, Michael Jordan, guys.
Best athlete to come out of South Bend.
Whoa, that's tough. That is tough. In any sport. Sheesh. Best athlete? There's just too many. Especially recently.
Yeah, I mean the bar's getting to say higher and higher each year.
Yeah, it is. I mean, do I go based off stats? Like, who's been having the best stats? Like, I mean, when I think of athlete, like, I went to Washington, so I think of Skylar Diggins. Like, that was like a big name coming out of here. So I feel like I gotta go with Sky.
I feel like if you go based off of, I guess, influence and like the longevity of her career too, she probably took the cake so far.
And like we've been able to kind of see like a lot of years of her still being an athlete. Like, you know, that's pretty cool. Like,
shout out to the fact that you were, you know, like some men probably wouldn't say a woman. They'd be like, nah, I'm gonna go with my boys. Like,
nah, yeah, there's definitely a lot of names out here, like Blake, you know, Jaden, Demetrius, like a bunch of people that came out, but. You know, Devin Kennedy, like, it's a lot, and I'm loving to see everything, like, coming out more. Like, it's so cool. But Skylar definitely has been the OG, I feel like,
and
for sure.
The more, you know, athletes that come through this area, you'll have, you know, more jerseys. You're going to need more space.
Exactly. No, for sure.
Best pair of Jordans.
Best pair of Jordans.
Colorway and number.
Man, I low-key stopped wearing Jordans. But yeah, I've been wearing like Dunks and stuff, or like whatever.
New Balances.
Yeah, New Balances. That's been my stuff. Oh my Lord, I love New Balances now.
Yeezys. Like.
Yeah, like Air Force Ones, whatever. But if I had to go with Jordans, the best Jordans, that I personally like, because I like 11s how they look, but on my feet that I personally like are probably 6s. And just because they're bulky, I'm a bulky guy. Yeah. So like I feel like they kind of go with me, like my tone. Okay. And the best colorway would probably be like the Travis Scott khaki and orange ones, like brownish. Like those look so cool, like the khaki ones.
That's so random.
Yeah, the Travis Scott 6s.
Yeah. Okay. Greatest boxer of all time.
Floyd. 100%.
See, some people would say Muhammad Ali.
I mean, I wasn't there.
Look, you're like, I wasn't there.
Like,
again.
I wasn't there. Same with Jordan. Like,
yeah.
I'm not, like, I gotta go based off YouTube videos.
No,
but
definitely.
I seen Floyd fight. Like, that was the greatest person I seen. Like, it's cool.
Best Midwest city.
Best Midwest city. Chicago.
Period.
Other than the riots.
Other than
like,
what?
those riots that's been going on.
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, there's been riots going on, but like I love downtown Chicago. I like the Hispanic area they got over there. They got really good food, you know, good outdoor scenes, good rooftop vibes.
Chicago's definitely
good sports.
Best jersey colors of any sport.
I really like the Cleveland Browns jersey. So random.
What?
Brown and like orange and white. I don't know why.
No, you know what? So my son's playing like flag football and he's doing the junior like NFL and their team is literally the Browns and I'm like, of all the jerseys and the colorways we could have got,
so
this
vintage.
is what they gave us.
It's
like,
so vintage. Like
that's so funny.
It's classic. I look at the Brown and I'm like, the Browns and they're just like, they give me a vintage vibe. Like just Ohio. Like
yes, they haven't updated it for like 100 years.
I love that.
Probably.
It's old school. It's traditional.
Nah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, I just like it. I don't know. It's cool. I'm looking at my jerseys. I'm like, I like the Bengals one too, but no, the Browns is pretty classic. I can respect it.
That's what you could have went with, like basketball too. You just
right. I just looked up and said the Browns.
That's funny. Most inspirational sports movie of all time.
Rudy.
Okay.
All day.
One for the home team.
Yeah, a Rudy. I've cried to Rudy. Like Rudy's awesome.
That's hilarious. We all look to someone, we all look up to someone, or we end up being that person for others to look up to. Mm-hmm. Was there anyone that inspired you, or will you be that for the next generation?
Yeah, definitely some people that inspire me. Like, obviously my pops. Like we were just talking about my pops. Like, he's a hardworking man. So like, you know, he's always showed me like not to quit, just to keep on working. You know, but definitely be smarter. You know, try to like, you know, be strategic, and that's been working. But outside of my dad, like probably it's kind of tough. Like I didn't really like I said, I was watching wrestling and just, you know, looking up to wrestlers. But like, you know, and like now that I'm older and more realistic, you know, I try to definitely watch like other barbers. Like that's pretty cool. Like get inspired by their journey. Freeman, like, you know, Coach Bray, anybody like, and my clients, I get inspired by my clients too. Like, you know, definitely. I get inspired by anybody. I'm easily inspired. I feel like I could get inspired quick. I
mean, that's not a bad trait to have, to be easily inspired. I mean, that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah, I love that. You know,
trying to inspire other people and sort of figuring out, like, I guess I noticed that, like, either we, like, you know, we're inspired by, like, we see somebody that we're like, oh, like that person inspires me. Like I could do this too. Like, you know, I saw other podcasters or I looked up to Oprah, you know, when I was younger and stuff like that. And I, you know, wanted to be a talk show host, or like you don't have somebody like that. And then like you notice that and you're like, well, I could, you know, be that for the next set of kids or so it's just,
no, that's good that people look at it that way. Cause like, you know, at least they're doing something good, like trying to like do that, like give back to, you know, once they get inspired. But I wasn't really like obsessed with nobody, like, you know, I was just, I don't know. I feel like that's my own journey. It's just like, I want to be a person that people like get inspired by, and I just have my own crazy ass journey, like, and that's going to eventually be like, you know, hopefully I get to inspire people, like, you know, based off that.
Anything else you want to say to the pod, to the people, to South Bend?
Nothing. Just I'm glad people supporting me. Like I'm glad you're supporting me. Yeah. You know, that's awesome. I love to see it. I love to see other people. I love to see your podcast too, like, and see that you're bringing in a lot of other people to inspire, you know, through Instagram and Facebook and everything. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for having us in the studio.
No problem. I appreciate you.
Just happened to become everything I thought I'd be. I can't take defeat, control the temp, I bring the heat. In the end zone, trying to make a way to put my friends on. Took 2 years to set a foundation we could build.